Well, for those living in the United States of America, Thanksgiving is here. Tomorrow, we sit around the table and feast.
Yes.
And tradition often involves a turkey for this storied meal, and opinions vary on which parts of the bird are the best. Are you the type that likes the dark meat from the turkey leg? Perhaps juicy white meat from the breast? But luckily for us, we gobble it all down. And for today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the unique and amazing parts of a turkey's anatomy. All right, I'm going to put you guys on record here. What's your favorite part of the turkey, and how do you like to prepare it?
Wow, that's a good question. Quite honestly, I like all the bird. I like a mix. I like some dark meat, some of the breast meat all together on the plate. I'm not one of those who just goes for one or the other. I want both. As for how I prepare it, usually I'm going to smoke the turkey. That's what the family likes the best. It's not my favorite way to do it, but it does taste pretty good.
What's your favorite?
What's that?
What's your favorite way?
Just roasting it in the oven the traditional way, because it's the easiest thing to do. It's not that it's better flavor. It's just the easiest thing to do. That's why I prefer it.
Gotcha.
But the smoked turkey does taste wonderful.
I'm going to have to get some tips from you.
Yeah.
My kids are wanting to smoke turkey this year. So.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. I'm also going to go with the smoked turkey. I like the deep fried turkey. I like the oven roasted turkey.
You can't go wrong with any of these.
Have you ever had boiled turkey?
Boiled turkey?
Yeah, it sounds gross. It actually, it doesn't look pretty, but once you cut it up and put it on a plate, you don't know. And it's juicy. It's good.
Not
like
fried, boiled.
Boiled in water, yeah.
Huh.
Never heard of it.
We usually do a smoked turkey at my place as well.
Yeah.
I am a breast guy. I mean, I'll happily eat a turkey leg. I mean, every time I see a turkey leg, though, I just think of the fair and
People walking around with their
and I expect them to be like dragging
legs.
A woman behind them. It weirds me out. So I like the breast.
Hey, the Renaissance Fair is that way.
Right, exactly. You can go grab your loot but smoked turkey breast for me.
Yeah.
I like the white meat. I don't do the dark meat, so.
I thought you were going to say the neck is your favorite part.
No.
Okay.
What are the little things you get at the...
Giblets?
Giblets, there you go.
Yeah.
Those are not my favorite either.
Yeah.
White meat, that's what I eat, and I like mine prepared. I just say, hey, Hannah, where's the turkey? That's how I like it prepared. I hope she doesn't watch this. She never does. But
She won't.
I think I'm pretty safe.
She'll make sure to only cook it to like 1:30.
Probably. All right. Sounds good. Hope tomorrow you have a great day. Have a great meal.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some of the other parts of the turkey.
All right. Let's start off by talking about the snood. It sounds funny. It looks funny. The snood is that piece of flesh that sits on a turkey's forehead, kind of like a little unicorn horn. When turkeys are young, it's going to appear in both the males and the females. However, as they mature, the snoods elongate. And snood size continues to grow with age. It's also capable of changing colors. The resting color of the snood is going to be pinkish to red, depending on the breed. And when the turkeys, the toms, get out there and they start strutting around, it's going to get a little darker red in color. And it can even appear blue or white. And white may be an indication that your turkey isn't feeling well, its health isn't great. And blue often is going to be a turkey that is stressed or scared. Maybe there's a predator in the area or something like that. So
Now, I mean, for us snoodless humans,
yes,
a snood seems like an incredibly impractical device, right?
It does.
Imagine filling a tube sock with sand and then stapling it to your forehead, right? It covers the nostrils. It can make it hard for them to breathe. It makes it hard to peck at food on the ground because it's always in the way. It seems to be in a very inconvenient location.
Yeah.
However, despite all these complications, research has shown that female turkeys prefer male turkeys with larger snoods. So apparently size does matter, at least if you're a turkey.
All right.
So do the girls also have large snoods?
No, so that's guy thing, right? So the female snoods, they never really get much bigger than that little unicorn bump. They stay small, and they won't really get any bigger. The boys, however, will get very large. Another striking feature that both boys and girls have are the caruncles, right? Those are those lumpy mottled coagulation of those shiny kind of leather-like skin that wraps around the head and down the neck and runs down by their throat, right?
Hold on. I want to know who names turkey parts.
Snood, caruncle, yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, right? Again, both male and female have them, but the more testosterone a turkey has, the thicker those caruncles are going to be. So the males really show them, the females not quite as much. Those higher testosterone levels, they also result in a deeper coloring. When they get really red, when they start strutting, those male caruncles will turn a bright, deep red, whereas the females tend to stay a little more palish pink.
So here again, kind of like the snood, the turkeys have a power to control the coloring of the caruncles by contracting or dilating blood vessels in the caruncles. And generally, they're going to be dark red when they're excited. However, near the eye area, often the caruncles will turn blue.
So are they actively controlling the colors, or is it just when certain things happen, it changes?
It's a physiological response to what's happening in their bodies. So generally, right when they're strutting, they're showing off, they're displaying, you get that deep red. So
It's probably something they're not consciously thinking about. It's kind of like when we blush, right? Yeah. We might know we're blushing, but it's not like we're physically trying to control that.
Interesting. I'm somewhat intrigued. What else you got?
Well, along with the snood on top of the head and the caruncles around the head and neck, turkeys also have a wattle, which grows beneath their chin along the neckline. And it's going to blend in with those caruncles unless a turkey is extending their neck. When it rests, it's basically a thin fold of flesh. And wattles are used to help regulate body temperature. When they get hot, you might notice them extending their neck to expose their wattles. And when they're cold, they're going to keep their wattles tucked in under their chins so that they are barely noticeable. And as with other things we've talked about, females, they're going to have shorter, narrower wattles than the males do.
Yep. Also, we got to talk about the beards.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So the beard looks and actually feels an awful lot like black plastic broom bristles, right? Some people kind of compare it to a horsetail. In young turkeys with short beards, a lot of times they'll kind of stick straight out when they strut. Females can also have beards, right? They're usually much shorter and less noticeable, but that can vary by breed. I know some of my females have had pretty decent sized beards over the years.
Everybody loves a bearded woman,
right? Gorgeous. In the older toms, those beards can get pretty long.
Yeah.
They'll hang down beneath their body, almost drag on the ground, just like chickens. The other thing with toms is they're also going to have those spurs, right? So that's a part of a turkey's anatomy as well. Females can also grow spurs. They're usually a lot smaller and kind of rounded, not quite so pronounced, but you can see those on females as well.
All right. Speaking of spurs, I know Brian's told me some stories of his old rooster sneaking up from behind him to spur him.
It wasn't just me. He did him too.
I have fond memories of that day. So, Steve, have you ever been spurred by one of your turkeys?
No, actually never. I've had dozens of toms and hens over dozens of years, and never once have I ever had a turkey.
And you've had many breeds, right?
Yeah. Broad-breasted, multiple different heritage breeds. Not once have I ever had one come at me. Although almost every rooster I've ever had has tried it at least once, right? I've never had a tom or a hen try it. They do have them, though. One time we had a hen get pretty seriously injured. She got a big old gash down her side because he was trying to mate. And if you ever watch turkeys mate, it's pretty clumsy. You got this 40-pound fatso trying to get up on the back and balance. And he get a big old slice down the side. So they are sharp and they can be dangerous. We got her patched up. She's fine. But I've never had a problem with turkey's trying to be aggressive with those.
All right. Well, I'm glad she's okay. Of course, we cannot talk about turkey anatomy without discussing one of the primary and defining characteristics of a turkey that people think about, and that's that tail. And in male turkeys, tail feathers are similar to a peacock's feathers, although not as large and showy. Those tail feathers, they're used primarily for show. So the turkey is going to rotate and angle them from left to right like a ship's rudder in order to direct them at his target audience. That's typically the females that he's trying to attract. But females can also fan their tail feathers. Most people don't realize that. However, they can't achieve the same upright posturing, and they don't do it for nearly as long. Now, on average, turkey's going to have around 18 of those tail feathers, and in addition to show, they're used as propulsion in flight, steering, and to help break them when they're coming to land from flight.
So I have a question here. So when I was in grade school, and you make the turkey out of your hand
With your
triggers,
Yeah.
is that a female or male turkey?
Male.
Yeah.
No, okay.
It's too upright, I think, the tail feathers to be a female.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go with it. I like it.
So
You say when you were in grade school, I heard you were just doing it last week, but
blue cotton balls on the sand and stuff. Yeah, exactly. So in addition to those 18 tail feathers, right, or give or take, it varies. They're going to have another 5,000 to 6,000 feathers across their body of different type for different uses. Wing feathers are also going to be important, however, for toms as part of their showing and fighting. So when they rest, they just kind of tuck those wings in close. But when they're strutting, they'll actually drop that wing and drag it along the ground, and that's part of the show. And they have those same muscles in those wings where they can control each feather and puff it up and lay it down, kind of like they do with their tail. Which when they flex that muscle, then those feathers stand erect, and it's part of their show. Mm-hmm. So it's pretty impressive.
All right. That is pretty impressive. Not like you guys are pretty impressive too, let me just say that. Because once again, I've learned something new, and we also hope that all of you found this video entertaining and useful as well. As always, we hate to beg, but we don't mind doing it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'd love to have you a part of our group. We hope that you enjoy spending time with us and hanging out with us. That's the whole point of this channel, is to just have fun and hang out and learn something.
Yep. And from all of us here at the Hobby Farm Guys, happy Thanksgiving. We hope your holiday is filled not only with delicious turkey, but with the friends and family you love. Now go out there, get that turkey, get that pie. And Steve, you want to bring it home?
Yep. Keep on hobby farming.